guys, it's your girl Frankie here, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you are returning, welcome. I definitely missed you. And today we're going to be talking about low porosity hair. I'm going to make this as simple and easy as I can in regards to low porosity hair. So if you're interested in seeing some tips on how to combat low porosity hair, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so with low porosity hair, we're going to go ahead and just get into the nitty gritty because I don't like to be wasting a lot of time and to be wasting your time. We're going to get to it and get to these tips and how to determine if your hair is low porosity. But a quick disclaimer, I am not a professional. I'm basically just giving you the knowledge that I know and that I have researched. So if you want to go a little bit deeper into low porosity hair, you may want to go ahead and do your own separate research. But from what I've come up with is with low porosity hair, your hair shingles on your hair are very tightly closed. So it's very hard for moisture to get into your hair, but it's not easy for it to come out, which is always a good thing. So once you master how to get the moisture in, trust me, your hair will lock that in and it was not gonna let it go. So your hair tends to be a lot shinier and look a lot healthier once you have mastered how to keep it in. Now, couple questions I have for you in order to make sure that you have low porosity hair is that when you get in the shower and you're using warm to hot water, how long does it take for your hair to be completely saturated? If it takes more than 8 seconds for your hair to get completely saturated, a lot of the most likely a good chance your hair is low porosity. When you get out of the shower and you apply your products, how long does it take your hair to air dry? If it takes all day, okay, I mean 8 or more hours for your hair to be fully dry, then you have a low porosity hair because your hair is having a hard time soaking up the moisture in the products that you have put on there. Yes. All right, go get you some fries. So your hair is having a hard time absorbing the moisture and the products that you have put on your hair. If your hair does not easily tangle or you don't get a lot of single strand knots, if you can do a wash and go, honey, and it looks fabulous and you don't have to worry about all your hair knotting up on each other, and you have thicker strands of hair, which is not density, they are two different things. You can have a lot of hair in your head, but your hair strands itself can be very thin. But if you have thick strands of hair, then a lot of the times your hair is low porosity. So how are we going to fix the issue? That is where we at. Okay, so my tips is that when washing your hair or applying anything, you want to use heat. Okay, so you want to use some type of heat on your hair because that will lift your cuticles up enough in order for the moisture to get into your hair. So when you deep condition, you want to sit on a dryer, use hot head cap, blow dryer, whatever you need to use in order to deep condition your hair to get that moisture in. You want to use a little bit of heat. So you want to use heat in order to get the moisture into your hair. Okay. Some of the main reasons your hair does not tangle a lot and you don't have issues with a lot of wash and goes and things like that is because your hair can glide past each other because the cuticles are so tightly closed that they can just glide past each other. So they don't have issues with catching on to each other and tangling up and making all those little bitty knots in your hair. Another thing with low porosity hair is that when you're moisturizing your hair, you benefit the most from the LCO method. So, the lock method. Oh, excuse me, blooper. But you benefit from the lock method. So liquid, oil, and cream. So you want to apply some type of liquid to your hair, which is water, oil, and then you want to apply your cream on top of the oil. Now, does this work 100% for all low porosity hair? Absolutely not. So you want to experiment with the LCO method and the lock method to see which one works best for your hair. But if you had any of those characteristics that I named about getting out the shower and getting in the shower and tangles and knots, then you know you want to kind of make sure if that particular thing works for you. But for a majority of low porosity hair, the LOC method definitely works for them. Another thing with low porosity hair is that you may tend to be a little bit protein sensitive, or you know, if you do a protein treatment, you cannot do it very often, or you cannot use a lot of products with protein in it. The thing is with the protein, it's too strengthening. Your cuticles are already sealed, they're already shed, so really that protein treatment is just going to make it to where your hair just snaps off. So you want to use protein in moderation. You want to definitely do a protein test to make sure you're not protein sensitive. And then if you are not, then you make do a protein treatment like twice a year or every 4 to 5 months. Like, you don't really need protein like somebody with high porosity hair. Your hair is kind of strengthening on its own because it doesn't have any gaps or any missing cuticles on the shaft. So that is, I would say, a plus, right? With that, your hair does benefit from wash and goes. They does not tangle up a lot. You do not have any you know, you don't have really a lot of issues when it comes to wash and goes. You also can do stretched hairstyles, you know, but your key thing with low porosity hair is applying some type of heat in order to get that moisture in. Once you have mastered that, honey, your hair is going to flourish. You're going to retain length. You're going to see growth. But of course, some other things to keep in mind is that you want to limit the amount of heat that you use. So if you do flat iron your hair and stuff, your hair can become damaged, which in turn will turn your hair from that good old low porosity hair to some good old high porosity hair. And that's a whole nother ball game because they're on different spectrums of the thing. Okay, so they're on different ends of the spectrum. Okay, so you want to be very aware and conscious of that. Another thing, you want to make sure you're feeding your body the proper nutrients, because what you put in is what you're going to get out. And if you're drinking plenty of water, you're going to definitely get your strands hydrated from the inside out. But keep in mind that any nutrients you put in your body is going to put it to the vital, like the important organs first. So it's going to put to the vital parts of your life first, and then your hair and your nails are really the last place that it's going to send stuff to. So just be aware of that. Like, your hair is going to be last to get those nutrients. Okay, you can benefit from hair vitamins and things like that if you want to take liquid biotin or hair, skin, and nail pills or Hairfinity or main choice or main choice. I'm not sure, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But if you take some type of daily vitamin or just a woman's multivitamin, is also very beneficial for you as well. So yeah, you want to look at other factors as well, but you can be born with just low porosity hair. That is just how your hair is, and you just have to learn to master it. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Hopefully it was easy to understand. If you have any questions, or if you want me to go a little bit more in detail on low porosity hair, go ahead and comment that down below. And then if you have low porosity hair, put down some tips that you use in order to seal that moisture in, to retain length, and to grow your hair without having breakage. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Go ahead and hit that like button because that lets YouTube know that you enjoyed this content. And share this video with other naturals because this can be very helpful in them determining what type of tips and tricks they can do if they have low porosity hair. But other than that, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. Definitely check out my other videos I have down below, which is going to be Hair Porosity 101, which go over all three, but it's very simple and to the point. And then I do have a high porosity video down below as well. If you do have high porosity high porosity, and this porosity is not quite your cup of tea, I do have a high porosity video down below. I do have those videos down below. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this hair porosity series, but I will try to get a mixed porosity series up for you guys, video up for you guys, hopefully. But if not, no worries. Just know you can have 2 types of porosity, and you can have high and low porosity within one head of hair. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and that's pretty much it. So until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.